Welcome to day 5 of our 14-day Yogalates challenge for lower body strength and pelvic stability. If this is your first day joining this series, I invite you to check out the description down below for more details. And when you're ready, let's get started. Coming into a tabletop position on all fours. Knees are in line with hips, knees are hip-width distance apart. Wrists are in line with shoulders, engaging the core. And on our inhale, we'll come into cow pose, scooping the chest forwards. Exhale, curl and round, press into the palms, cat pose. A few more rounds, warming up the vertebral column, warming up the wrists, the muscles of the arms, the shoulders. One more round, and either staying in tabletop position, or if you have sensitive wrists, you might like to lower down on your forearms, perhaps tucking the toes under for a little bit more knee support. Otherwise, we will stay in a traditional tabletop, grounding down through the left leg as we begin to lift and lower that right knee, keeping the hips squared, staying strong. Squeezing the glutes, the hamstrings at the top and lowering down with control. If you notice the left hip, the left leg swaying out to the side, mindfully guide yourself to the midline, maybe placing a little bit more weight into that right palm to help stabilize you. Steady breaths, creating length along the back of the neck. Softening the muscles of the face. A few more lifts, we've got this. Once more, keep your leg up and pulse. You might like to have the foot flexed here to help with that activation. Checking in with the core, can you draw the navel to the spine? Ribs are knitted. And from here, we'll open and close our knee out to the side. Lifting and lowering with control, squeezing everything together. If you notice any regions of the body that are feeling sensation, mindfully guide the breath there. A few more single leg lifts. Last two, and we'll keep our leg up and pulse. How high can you lift that knee, squeezing the outer hips, keeping that core strong, really grounding down through that tripod foundation. And from here, we will come into a side lift and kick back into a tiger curl, out to the side, in and back. Just like this. Lift, lower, and back. Breathe. Can you consciously guide your awareness to each integral part of this movement? Stay focused, move with intention, move with control. Once more, either side. Well done. Lower the knee down. Join the big toes together and we'll come into child's pose for a moment. Reconnect with the breath. Allow yourself to soften. Allow yourself to surrender to this posture. One more breath in child's pose. We'll work our way upright into a tabletop, either coming onto your forearms or staying upright, and we'll get ready to take this series on the other side. Engage the abdomen, grounding down through the right leg, and we'll begin to lift and lower that left leg, Raising the knee up in a tiger curl and lowering down with control. Checking in with your hip alignment. This is a great opportunity to check in with the muscles of the face. Maybe inviting a smile onto the lips, helping you unclench that jaw. Breathe. Last 2 single tiger curl lifts, and we'll keep that leg up and pulse. Small movements, keeping that left knee in line with hip height and seeing if you can squeeze and engage the glutes, the hamstrings. Small yet powerful movements, and we'll lower our leg down and begin to raise that knee out to the side. Lift and lower, lift and lower. With control, you've got this. If you feel that right leg beginning to fatigue, that is perfectly understandable. We've just worked the stabilizing muscles, so guide your breath there. Find ease, find comfort, have fun. Keep that leg out and pulse. How high can you lift that knee? Try and keep those hips squared. One more pulse, lower that knee to the midline, come up into a tiger curl, lower down and lift out to the side. Just like this. Finding fluidity. Finding a full range of motion in that ball and socket joint. You've got this. This is our last little bit of work. Stay strong. Final 2 lifts on this side. Gently lower the leg down with control and we'll come into child's pose. Well done. Allow the heart, the belly to melt towards the earth. Softening into the lower back. Breathe. From here, we'll transition into a tabletop position, grounding down through the left leg, and we'll begin to create some gentle circular motions on the right hand side. Moving the hips in one direction and reversing the direction. Really helping to release any stagnant energy that might have built up. And we'll take this on the other side, finding some movement with the left leg. If you're going in one direction, swap the direction of the hip circles. From here, walking the fingertips out in front, tucking the toes under, and we'll raise the hips as we transition into downward facing dog. Finding length along the posterior chain, taking any movements that feel right for you today. Either staying in down dog or floating the left leg up as we come into 3-legged dog. Externally rotate the hip and flex the knee, guiding the heel towards the glutes. Finding a lovely stretch for the hips. Gently lower down and we'll take this on the other side. Doing your best to keep the shoulders squared. One breath here. Mindfully release. And we'll lower the knees down, coming into a seated position. Roll the shoulders back and down, interlace your fingers behind your back and gently guide your hands over to the left, lowering the right ear to the right shoulder, chin to chest and back to center, extending the arms behind you and guiding the arms over to the right, this time lowering the left ear to the left shoulder, chin to chest and back to center. Well done. Inhale, extend the arms overhead. Exhale, lower the palms to heart center. Let us conclude practice in a space of gratitude for all that we have done to nourish the mind, body, and soul. Namaste.